Hello and welcome to M&B Airgun Review. Well, you probably saw the last video where we tested the 217 22 caliber Cattleman slugs. They didn't fare so well, and they just had a very unusual ballistic characteristic. I got a few comments saying that the gun wasn't powerful enough to propel those slugs, and I assure you the gun's powerful enough to propel those slugs. Shoots everything else good. Every other slug good. So we're just going to leave it at that. I know you guys want these to work, and I do too. They just don't work. I did test them again yesterday in a different gun. I'm not going to post those results on YouTube. Quite frankly, it's just not fair to Cattleman because they're working out the bugs. I'm sure they're watching and they're going to take into consideration what I said, and they don't need anything more negative about that. Let's let them do their job and get them right. That being said, we have an obligation now to test the 25s. So we're going to do a few packages of those today, and we are going to be doing those in the AEA Challenger 25 Bullpup. And why did I choose the AEA? Well, because it's a extremely good shooting PCP, and it doesn't fail. We're going to use this because it seems to shoot everything well thus far that has been ran through it, at least to the best of its ability. So I think it's a good platform. I would be using a Cattleman M1 for this, but my M1 is simply has some issues with the receiver. And honestly, I can't use it. Another thing that just wouldn't be fair to Cattleman. If you've seen my earlier videos on that M1, you know kind of what's going on with that. So right now it's actually apart. Hopefully one day I can get a new receiver for that and we can get it going again. The barrel's great. I actually put a brand new barrel on it. It's just got some machining issues on the receiver itself. So there's no getting that one to shoot good without doing some major shimming to the receiver itself, where the barrel goes in. It's just it's oversized, so that's not going to work. So we're going to use the AEA Challenger Bullpup. This was provided before, as you all know, by Fox Air Power, Terry over at Fox Air Power, Central Valley Air Gunners on YouTube. If you want to go check out his channel, he carries a full line of AEA products, and he's a really good down-to-earth guy who cares about his customers. So if you want to check him out, I recommend him a lot. We will be using the AEA or ADE scope today. Amazing scope. If you want the details on that, you're going to have to go back and check out some videos on that. We've already been through this. It's just an amazing quality scope. It's beefy. It's heavy. This entire setup right here, the way it is a tick over 12 pounds. It's a stout little bullpup with plenty of power to propel these 25 caliber. So what we're going to be using today, what we're going to be testing, and hopefully we can get some good groups. At least if we don't get good groups, we know it's not the fall of the gun, so guys, don't judge the bullpup by these today. We're going to establish another base using, I haven't decided yet, I'll pull out my ammo, and we'll establish a base with another 25 that we know is that shoots well. And then we're going to be going to a 43 grain hollow point RBT by Cattleman. And then we're going to go backwards because we're going to go lighter because, as we know, the power will drop on the AEA. So, and then we're going to go to a 39 hollow point cup base. And then we're going to go to a 38 grain hollow point cup base. And lastly, today we're going to do a 37 grain hollow point with a flat base. And I'm curious what they're going to do. Are they better than the 217s, or are they worse? Let's see. And I will tell you, these things, if you take these out of the package and you weigh these, they're dead on each one. So some time and effort went into getting these correct. Well, hopefully these have some good ballistic characteristics. So without any farther ado, let's get out to the range. And I know you guys are seeing this beautiful, but I got to mention it because look at it. This beautiful barrel train by Bison Workshop. And it's it's pretty cool. And this is actually one of his moderators right here. This is the Widowmaker. This is all 3D printed stuff that he does, and he does a really, really good job. If you haven't checked out Bison Workshop on YouTube, go give him a shout. Real good guy, enjoys air guns and enjoys tinkering and building and doing reviews also. So check him out. I talked to Bob over there a lot, and we pick each other's brain. And he's just a good, down to earth, real person. All right, guys. Without any further ado, let's get out there. Let's get this thing sighted in and see how the cattleman groups. Okay, here we are. First thing we're going to do before anybody complains is we're going to turn our power wheel to max. And there we are. Power wheel is set at max. And I just loaded in a HP slug by H&N, and these are a 34 grain. And just to get a baseline, okay? So let's see. We got to get this sighted in. I have not sighted this gun in. I just used the laser, but have not sighted it in. So let's see where we're going to be. I'm going to shoot a little low first to make sure I'm not way too high. So I'm going to aim at the bottom of the target, right in the dead center, kind of one line up. Ooh, so we're a little. Man, this thing is powerful. Just get it right there. I can dial this in very quickly. Impact point. I was aiming there. Okay, we got a wind picking up. We're on my third shot. I think I got it pretty much dialed in. So this will be the third shot. Wind's picking up though. We're 50 yards out. Where are we at here? I'm not picking up a wind on my thing, but we definitely have a wind. 76.8 degrees out. 50 yards back. I'm going to try to get this center now and see exactly where it hits. If I hit center bullseye, we know we're pretty close. This is a powerful, powerful bullpup. Dead center. Dead center. So I'll show you that target when we're done. Actually, why don't we cut? We'll walk up to it and I'll show you exactly what we got, how on this thing is with these H&N's SP slugs. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, here we are. We got first shot, second shot, and third shot. 50 yards. This is a pretty accurate gun. So now we don't have to worry about it. Now we're going to try to. I'm going to do some groups, starting with the Cattleman's, and if we have to at the end, we'll go back to the H&N's just to do a comparison. See right there. Once again, there's our target. 1, 2, and 3 dead center. I am going to put you guys on target, and we'll just edit out the walk back and forth. We're going to do a quadrant target. So let me put you on target so you can see what's going on. I'm trying to get this in before it rains today, so get these pellets tested. We're not going to do FPS, or we're not going to be doing FPS today, or energy. We'll do that on another day. Accuracy is where it's at right now. We'll worry about the rest on a different day, but no sense in going any farther if they don't hit. Let's see what they do. I'll put you on target. I'll cut right here, and I'll be right back. So let me tell you what just happened. And if there's any reviewers out there watching, you'll understand where I'm coming from. I just set this up, got camera on target, and Cattleman pulled off some amazing groups. Made me very excited. And the camera didn't turn on. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you this target. Keep in mind this is at 50 yards. And I'm going to lay these out for you so you know what did what ahead of time. And I'm going to repeat these results in a minute on camera. So let's see if they're repeatable. We'll learn something today. And I'm going to show you exactly what happened. Boom, boom, and boom. Are you ready for this, guys? Let's see if this is repeatable, okay? Bear with me. Hold on. Okay, so this is the 43 grain hollow point RBT. Each shot, I was aiming here. Each shot, same hold right here. Still pretty impressive. Okay. Then we went to the 39 grain. I just kept it on the bottom. 39 grain hollow point cup base. And this was our group right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we went to the 38 grain hollow point cup base. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Still very, very impressive. Less than an inch group. And then we did a 37 grain hollow point flat base. And we same hold this thing. So now, and I didn't get a chance to do the H&Ns, but we're going to save the H&Ns for last and put them in the center here, or try to. But that didn't. So I'm airing up the gun right now. And we're going to do a redo and see if these results are repeatable. I hope that they are. Let's see what happens for round 2 and see if this target compares at 50 yards. Looks like Cattleman's got some good 25s. Really good. I'll be right back. Okay, before we do this, I want to make sure I'm zeroed again. I'm going to H&N, try to H&N the center. If it's not quite zeroed, if something got knocked off, because I did have to air up the gun, I'm going to zero it back in. You guys are welcome to stick around and watch that. I'll try to get through this process quick and do the editing that I can. But let's see, and then we'll do some more quadrant targets and test that ammo. All right, not too bad. Let's lock it in. I did hit here. I did adjust a little bit. So, boom, we're at center target. Let's do some quadrant targets. I apologize for this target. Just sent the wifey to the store to get me some more because I've lost all my targets in the move. And I've used up a bunch this week that I bought the other day. So, we're going to go backwards this time, even though you didn't see the last ones. We're going to start with the lightest grain, and pay no attention to this one or this one up here because they were previously on here, but we're going to aim here with the lightest grain, which I believe is a 37. When I come back up, I'll show that to you. Okay, I didn't do this quadrant. I did this one because that's where I did it last time. 37 grain hollow point flat base. Okay, so that's that quadrant. I forget which ones I used, but I'll look at my sheet when I get back, and we'll follow up on screen. I'll show you which is going to be next. So we're going to do 37. We're going to go up, and we'll get to the heaviest one, the last one. Very interesting. This is very similar to the last one. I'll be right back. Okay, so what we had there, less than an inch group, 38 grain hollow point with a base cup. 38 grain, and that's that one there. Very similar to the results before, except for this one. I'd say this is the worst one, but very tight grouping. So I believe we're going to drop to this quadrant here, and this will be the last one. So let's... Okay, these are hitting with some force, as you can see, a big force. That punched out, that didn't hit sideways, that punched out a dot that was stuck on there. Again, pretty similar to what it was before, but keep in mind, I'm doing this backwards. Before I went heavy grain to light grain. This time I'm doing light grain to heavy grain, which really is not ideal, but that's the way I'm doing it. This is a 39 grain hollow point with a cupped base. Now we're going to move over here. We're going to go to the RBT. I never have good luck with RBTs, but let's see how this one does. It might not even hit paper. It might drop down low. If it does, we can't see it. I can't record it. Why don't I aim? I'm going to aim for the center. Let's go for the center. That way we can see if it does hit around here. I'm just afraid I'm going to go off paper with the RBT because before we hit down in this area, and I was aiming here. But let's go for center so we can get a pretty good idea of the grouping of the RBT. If that makes any sense to you. And then if we don't use up any real estate here, we'll do the H&Ns someplace to compare. Okay, that was a 43 grain RBT hollow point that was not done in ideal conditions. So obviously it requires the higher PSI to same hole like it did on the previous target, which I will show you. But we're right in the same vicinity. We hit down here on the other one, and of course I just was aiming for here. So it actually got closer to target this time, but a little drop as it's dropping off that heavy weight, but consistent. And if this was a critter at 50 yards, you got it. So we got about an inch spread, so not too bad. Again, 43 grain hollow point RBT, which means it has a flat base and a ridge around it. And now we're going to finish it out. Let's do, and we're going to take this one. You know what? Take this. We're going to take 0. See this 0 right here? We're going to take this 0, okay, right in the center. We're going to 0 it in the center, and we're going to try the the H&Ns. So let's see right now how the H&Ns perform. The one we sighted it in with. I'm impressed with the Cattleman's. They did very, very well. They did better the first time, but we used them as intended, going heavy to light according to the PSI of the unregulated gun. So this is just showing how great the ammunition is, and it's actually very consistent, so it doesn't drop off. They perform well regardless of the PSI, but it also is a testament to the AEA Challenger, that beautiful bullpup that pulls it off every time. Without a good shooting rifle, you're not going to get good groups. And but Cattleman's ammo, the 25s, very impressed, very impressed. If I could say this one right here, that needs to be the Undertaker, because you're going to hit what you're aiming at and it's going to put it down. That needs to be the Undertaker, definitely. Outlaw, I'd say for the Outlaw, let's make the Outlaw the biggest, baddest one. Let's make it that 23 grain hollow point RBT, the Outlaw, right? I mean, it's the mean one. It's definitely the mean one, and it packs a punch. So, really, really cool. Yeah, these are cool. Let's do H&N for comparison. We know H&N's are first rate, but keep in mind, I sighted it in with the H&N, so it's probably going to group a little bit better, and it is a little bit, I think that is a 34 grain, so might group a little tighter, but Cattleman has it. Great job, Cattleman, on your 25s. Fantastic job. Fantastic job. I wish you guys could have seen the first group, but we'll do it again, I promise. Next time we're going to get the feet per second and the foot-pounds of energy, and we'll really see what they're doing, but obviously they're doing something right. I'll be right back. Aim point here, H&N's here. As you can see, right there, Cattleman's got it over the H&N's, although they are good. I wouldn't say that Cattleman had, I mean, right here, we're very close competition right there, but Cattleman has it, this one right here. That was what we just used, was the HP, it was a H&N Slug HP, and they are a 30, make sure I got it right, yes, a 34 grain.